Hello everyone, David here. Today I'm going to be tackling a question that I've always had in the back of my mind and one that you've probably had in the back of your mind if you've ever visited a Lego store and bought some Pickwick cups. The question that is nagging in the back of my brain is it better to buy a large Pickwick cup or a small Pickwick cup? And does the type of piece determine whether it's better to get the large or the small cup? That and more is going to be covered in this series of videos, and today we are going to be looking at 2x4 bricks, 1x2 bricks, and 1x1 bricks without doing any kind of stacking or connecting to maximize the amount of space that is being taken up by the bricks. So this would be a scenario if you're only going to be in the Lego store for a little bit of amount of time and you have to really just quick get some pieces. And these are some basic bricks that are almost always on the Lego Pick-a-Brick wall. So without further ado, let's get into some of the business here and also some of the math to back up what we find. Now before we get into the numbers of how many of a given piece can fit into the types of different cups, we're going to first talk about some general Pick-a-Brick packing tips. And the first tip is to not do this, which is to snap the lid all the way down on your Pick-a-Brick cup. They provide tape for you at the Lego store that they put on for you so that you can pack your cup a bit more. And that does add quite a few extra bricks, especially given the different size. Now with that, you don't want to go overboard and make your cup end up looking like this in the front. You want to make sure you don't have a color gap. And what I mean by color gap is when the lid and the top of the cup don't quite meet and you can see some of the color of the brick. So you don't want that. Instead, you want to be able to get the bottom of the lid as close to the top of the cup as you can. And this one on the edge here is quite close to that, and you can do a bit better like this because they are larger pieces and they're not going to fall out. And the second tip is probably pretty obvious, which is giving the cups a little bit of a shake at various times when you're packing the cups so that the pieces settle a little bit better into places that better fit their shape. Those are the two main general tips there. So now let's get into the math and all the counting for these Pick-a-Brick cups working with 2x4 bricks, 1x2 bricks, and 1x1 bricks. We will start with the 2x4 bricks. Let me write that here. We're working with 2x4 bricks. Now the question is, how many 2x4 bricks are in this large Pick-a-Brick cup? Now what I did for all of these is I dumped out all the contents and then counted them to see how many bricks would fit in here. And it ended up being, for the large cup, to be 107. So 107 for the large cup. And what's nice about this little green mat here is that I can pour the pieces more easily back into this cup. Now who knows, I may not be able to fit all the pieces back in here, and that's to be expected with a more random form of packing, is that if you just kind of dump your pieces in your Pick-a-Brick cup like I did here, the amount of bricks that you're going to get per cup is going to vary a bit. So let me just try to fit all of them back here, doing a little bit of a shaking, and for the last few, just kind of placing them where I think they would fit best with the lid in place. This one goes there. Okay, so almost. So this time I didn't do as good of a packing job because I have a color gap here. This one might be okay if I just push this down a little bit, but still that's Still 107 bricks that were able to fit in this large cup. So now about the small cup here. The small cup, here's what it looks like on a mat here. That's how many bricks fits in here. So with a small cup, you can fit 60 bricks into this. So in the US, Pickwick cups cost $9 for the small one and $16 for the large cup. So we're just gonna add these back in here. So this is 60 2x4 bricks in the small cup. Let's see how good of a random pack job I did. Again, not as good as it could be, not as good as I first happened to randomly do it. I tried to make the packing of these as good as possible under the random circumstances, so that when we do our math later, we kind of get, this is the best you could probably do by purchasing either a large or a small cup. So let me write that number down. We have 60. We can fit 60 2x4 bricks in the small cup. So now, since we know that this costs 16 US dollars, and the small cup costs us $9, with those in place, we can do a bit of math to see what kind of price per piece you get if you buy a large or a small cup, and also the price difference in a way that you can say, okay, for this kind of brick, under this packing method, I should buy this cup. That's the whole point of these videos, is to figure out what is the best value for your money given the amount of time that you're able to spend packing cups with a particular kind of piece. So now to get the price per piece for large and small cups for 2x4 bricks not packed, then we divide the price by the number of pieces that you get. So if we take our 16 divided by 107, we get 0.1495. So the price per piece is $0 and basically 15 cents. But we're going to keep as many decimal places as we can, because you will see later it actually does make somewhat of a difference. Okay, and now we're going to do the small cup, the same thing, 9 divided by 60 this time, and this we get a very nice even, actually odd number, but this is how many decimal points we have for the number, 15 cents. And this is the price per piece. Price per piece. So now we can see, well, the large cup is better, but it's still basically 15 cents per piece. So from this glance, without doing any additional math, it looks like it really doesn't matter whether you get a large cup of the 2x4 bricks or the small cup, because you're spending the same amount of money per brick. But there is another factor we have to look at, and that other factor has to do with the price and the amount of pieces you can fit depending on the type of cup that you're getting. So if you were to spend the same amount of money on both large and small cups, you'd have to spend $144 per type of cup. So you would spend $144 on large cups and $144 on small cups. Now with that, we can do a bit of math here. So if we bought 9 of the $16 cups, we would get 107 bricks times 9. And we would end up with how many 2x4 bricks? We would end up, if we're using this number right here, $144, we would end up with 963 2x4 bricks in the large. So again, this is large. and we are spending $144 here. So if we did the same math with our small cups, we would take 60 times 16, so since we have to buy more of these, and we would end up with 960 bricks for the small piece. Now that doesn't look like a whole lot now, does it? And it really isn't, because you end up with a percentage of less than 1% difference. So we do 963 divided by 960. And what we get as the difference is 1.0033125. So we cross out this 125 since it's so small we don't even care. So if one of these two zeros here was a number, that would be either, if this was a 1, that would be 10%. But if this was a 1, that would be 1%. So this is 0.3% difference of the price per piece. So it ends up not being worth anything in terms of a large scale, whether you buy a large Pickwick cup of 2x4 bricks or a small cup of 2x4 bricks. The price per piece and the percentage difference that you're getting when you're getting a large cup, even though it is something, you're only going to see really any difference until you spend $144, which you end up with 3 more 2x4 bricks. In a future video, we're going to look at the same kind of thing, but when we pack the Pickwick cups. So over here, I have a Pickwick cup packed full of 2x4 bricks with some cheese slopes that fill in the extra gaps. In that video, we're going to look at, see if these numbers change. They're definitely going to change because we're going to fit more, we know that. But how are they going to change between the percentage and the price per piece? We're going to see that in a future video. And we're actually going to cut the video right there. This whole long video with the 2x4 bricks, 1x2 bricks, and 1x1 bricks ended up being a half-hour long. So I wanted to split it up into 3 videos instead of one longer video. So thanks for watching, and now go build something.